One of the most expensive Disney films, as well as one of the shortest, Pocahontas was the one film that Disney thought would be the all-time classic of the 90s. It was a hit, but it never grew out of the shadow from The Lion King. My name is Jeremy, and I host Listening to the Movies on 101.7 Civil Radio, or on www.civl.ca. I play classic hits from great film soundtracks, and for the month of April, I had a Disney month. And for the official last show, I played Pocahontas, and once again with my girlfriend on to help save the day. I did watch the film beforehand, but not enough times to really get a feel for it. She, being a longtime fan of it, really gave some great insights on the film. Based on the classic story, Pocahontas is about love breaking barriers of race, diversity, and change. An English explorer named John Smith arrives on the New World under the command of a pompous aristocrat named Radcliffe. John wants to explore the New World, while Radcliffe just wants gold. John soon meets Pocahontas, a girl from a native tribe who also wants to be one with the wild instead of performing her family duties. Pocahontas is probably the most mature film in the Disney library that I can think of. The images and ideologies of racism are very evident in this film. Just take a listen to Savages.
They're savages, savages, barely even human. Savages, savages, drive them from our shore. They're not like you and me, which means they must be evil. We must stop the drums of war.
Barely even human. They aren't like you and me, so they must be evil. These lyrics are really not made for children, which is an issue that Pocahontas had with the younger kids. I'm not saying 10-year-olds, I'm saying about 5 and 6. The issues addressed in the romantic love story isn't something that little kids would really understand. I'm not saying that's a bad thing that they learned about it. It's just that they might not have really grasped it, which is why it wasn't as popular. Not that it's a bad thing, but it is why it didn't do as well as The Lion King. Pocahontas has some of the best artwork ever seen in a hand-animated film, besides anything made by the Japanese. The watercolors and the difference in references and images and colors of the wind is incredible. Apparently it was also very difficult making this movie because of the level of artwork required for it. However, the level of dedication was a little short on story. The film is one of the shortest major Disney films, yet it tries to squeeze in so many stories and songs that it gets overloaded. The songs are great, but the songs are more so inner reflections of the characters, aside from Colors of the Wind and Savages. While they do develop the characters, they do not progress the story enough that additional dialogue scenes are needed. Another odd issue I have with the film is the ending. When John is wounded protecting Pocahontas' father, he is told that his only hope of survival is to go back home to England. Once you get past the idea of a bullet hole being the least of his worries on a 3-month-long voyage, you then see Pocahontas choose her family over John. Now, I'm not saying that it's a bad decision, I know it's a loyal decision, but all we've been seeing is their dearly devoted love for each other, and now all of a sudden she just wants to stay with her family. I know certain scenes were established between her and her father, but the amount of interaction involving family duties really doesn't add up enough to warrant such an odd decision. Once again, it's an issue of being too short of a film. Pocahontas, though, is a great movie that addresses certain issues like racism with no hesitation, and I applaud them for taking the risk and teaching children important issues of the world. It's just unfortunate that it's too short and that due to its maturity, it doesn't really connect with kids as much as the filmmakers wanted to. Alan Menken as the composer once again gets Oscar gold for score and song once again. The lyrics of the songs are great messages and the music is great to listen to. I couldn't get Savages out of my head for weeks after I heard it. I would recommend this film for kids and adults, but I think they would understand it better if they were above the ages of 10. If you want to listen to the recording of the show with my girlfriend once again helping me out, click the first link in the description. If you want to know what I'm going to play next, click the second link for the Facebook page. Thanks for watching, guys.